And a very good day to you and welcome to the program. Folks, I want to speak to you today about a very important subject. And what a beautiful day to do it. It's a beautiful day. The cattle are at peace. They're so full they're lying down already and it's early in the morning. I want to say to you today, we are not to judge other people. Why? Because that's what Jesus said. If we go to the Word of God in Matthew chapter 7 and verse 1, judge not that you are not judged. And then we go on to verse 4, just across the page in my Bible, and this is what it says. It says, or how can you say to your brother, let me remove the speck from your eye, and look, a plank is in your own eye. Hypocrite! First remove the plank from your own eye, and then you will see clearly to remove the speck from your brother's eye. People who live in glass houses, they don't throw stones. You should actually know that by now. I know it only too well. Remember, when you're pointing at somebody else, there are three fingers pointing back at you. You've heard that said before. People need love, not judgment, especially in these difficult times. I really want to encourage you today not to judge others. You know, you might see a man who's down and out. He's sitting on the curb of a street, and he's in tatters and he's dirty, and you drive past in your motor car and you point out to him, you say to your children, you see that lazy man sitting there? Why doesn't he go and get a job? You are judging him because you don't know the story behind that man. You don't know, maybe that man is an extremely intelligent man, maybe a professor from a university, maybe a doctor, a lawyer. But what's happened to him? Well, he was maybe driving down the road and with his wife and his children in the car, and a 30-ton rig came down the hill out of control and flattened all of them and killed them all, except him. And he just cannot bring himself to realize that it was an accident. It wasn't his fault. And he's got nothing to live for. And he doesn't have the wherewithal to end his life. So he's sitting on the curb. All he needs is for you and me to go and put our arms around him and love him back into society. Don't judge a man, because sometimes you don't know what you're talking about. I remember as a young man watching a movie many years ago. And basically what happened was there was a group of young, successful businessmen from this that had grown up in the school together, gone out to make their fortunes, as it were, and they were coming back for a school reunion. These were all men in their middle ages. And they were at this 5-star hotel. It was a really upmarket banquet that they were having, okay, just the men, just them together, about 30 of them maybe, and they were talking and having a wonderful time together. And then one of the men said, look, I've lost my wallet. I had a lot of money in that wallet. And all the guys were looking around and they couldn't find it anywhere. And then one of the guys says, well, look, let's just take our jackets off. And let's just be honest, I don't have your wallet or anything. And they said, yeah, that's a good idea. Let's take our jackets off. Let's take our tuxedo jackets off. And the one man said, I'm not taking my jacket off. And so a few of them judged him. They said, yeah, you're the guy that's got that wallet. That's why you won't take your jacket off. He said, no, I'm not taking my jacket off. And they forced him to take his jacket off. And when he took his jacket off, he had no shirt underneath. You see, he had been going through hard times. And he had lost his money. And he had hired that tuxedo, and he didn't even have enough money for a shirt. And then eventually they found out that the waiter had stolen the wallet. Don't judge. Goodbye.